Welcome to Elevated Sports. I'm Kyle Johnson.
I'm Billy Mock.
Today, we're going to be talking about the MLB's top 100 players list.
Yeah. The ESPN Top 100 came out a few days ago. With any ranking that comes out for any sport, people always have problems with it.
Yeah.
Like you're never gonna make a perfect list, right?
Right.
So this list created by ESPN, and we know that ESPN maybe isn't the best source for your baseball needs. Your best source is obviously Elevated Sports.
Second best would probably be MLB Network.
MLB Network, and then you got good websites like Baseball Reference, Fangraphs, stuff like that. But we did want to look over this list. Top 100. Obviously, some people are mad about this list. I've seen the list. There is a few things that kind of irk me a little bit, but for the most part, I think they did a decent job. We have 4 current Rays on the list. Let's jump right into it. We're not going to talk about every player, of course, but we're going to talk about some things that stick out to us. Obviously, talk about our guys. Let's get into it. So, first of all, number 99, Tommy Pham.
Tommy Pham.
Our guy that played left field predominantly for us this past year, went to the Padres. How do you feel about him at 99?
I feel like that's right where he belongs. He was a great player, but once again, So you probably don't know the backstory behind this. Maybe I've shared it on the show. I don't remember. But my friend works at a movie theater, and he saw Tommy Pham. And he's like, yo, dude, can I get a picture with you? And Tommy Pham said yes, but he had a bad attitude about it the entire time. I'm kind of opposed against Tommy Pham just for that reason. Although he was a great player. But I think 99 is right where he belongs for his bad attitude.
I like him at 99 as well. I mean, he provides a lot to a team, but he doesn't have, like, eye-popping numbers.
No. So,
I like him at 99. I've never had an interaction with him, nor had a friend have an interaction with him, so I don't know about his attitude.
Let me tell you, it's a bad attitude.
We go down, number 95, Bichette. We've talked briefly about the Blue Jays and their young core, recently. Speaking of the Blue Jays, if you go down to the 70s, 74,
boom,
Vlad Guerrero Jr., okay? We've talked about Vlad. There was a rapid fire question on Vlad last week. My personal opinion right now is Bichette is better than Vlad Guerrero right now. I think there was a lot of bias there.
Probably just because of the name.
Because of the name, he's got the headlines. He's got the lights on him. And then speaking of Blue Jays, right in front of Bichette, Hyun-Jin Ryu, my bad,
right.
Who they just acquired from the Dodgers, which I don't like that ranking because, first of all, he led the league in ERA last year. In just his first half, actually through mid-August, so more than just first half, he had a 1.45 ERA and only allowed 17 walks. For him to go from 1.45 ERA to a 2.32 at the end of the season, he had a kind of a drop-off there at the end of the season.
But still
was stellar. I mean,
right.
Was the most reliable pitcher on a 106-win Dodger team. So I don't see any need. I don't see why he would be in the 90s if he led the league in ERA. I think he was a top 3 Cy Young candidate last year. I feel like if he was still on the Dodgers, he'd be higher on this list. But,
probably.
And then number 90, Austin Meadows.
Yeah, that's so. All right, what do you talk about that first? I mean,
Meadows obviously. Well, the one thing you could look at this and say why he would be ranked this low is because of service time. Last year was his first full season in the big leagues. Had like one of the best first few months of any player in the big leagues, right? And actually he did receive some MVP votes at the end of the year. Not any first place votes, but he did receive some MVP votes. But obviously the most valuable player on a Rays team that went to the playoffs. Consistent throughout the year. Went through some slumps and whatnot. Was probably the most reliable guy at the plate for us.
Right.
I don't see why he should be ranked as high as 90. Obviously, there's some problems on the defensive side of the ball, but this dude he's an all-star.
He got ripped off.
He got ripped off for sure.
There's no he should be 90.
Real quick, stopping at number 86, Jorge Soler from the Kansas City Royals. Led the American League in home runs last year. 48 home runs. Somehow ended up at only 86. So, I mean, home runs, they also are kind of losing their value a little bit.
Right, they're not everything in the league.
They're not everything, but I think just because he led the league in home runs, he could have been a little higher on that list. Corey Kluber dropped from 16 last year to 84 this year. I think that's the farthest drop by a top 100 player. I don't know. Maybe he'll have a bounce back season. Giancarlo Stanton, 82. That was interesting considering he's a Yankee. I figured they would have him higher, but obviously there's the injuries there. Josh Bell, 73. He was another one that hit a bunch of home runs last year, but obviously the Pirates aren't great. Tyler Glasnow, 66.
My dog.
I like that he made it up there last year. Breakout season for him. Obviously didn't get the amount of starts that we would wanted him to.
Right.
He got some love here.
Yeah.
I think he got some love.
So, with that ranking, I understand him falling so low, especially seeing where all these other good players have landed on this list.
Yeah.
And yes, he didn't play a full season, so I'm fine with that. I feel like when he did play, he was much better than 66.
Oh yeah, for sure. He is ahead of some really solid players on this list. And I think the thing with Glasnow is I think he's becoming sort of like a poster boy in the MLB. MLB posting about him a lot. He's not afraid to get out in front of the cameras. I think he's a cloud chaser, which isn't a bad thing.
Did you say cloud or clout?
Clout.
Clout with a T.
Clout with a T. That's not a bad. I'm not calling him cloud chaser. That's not like a derogatory term, although it could be used as a derogatory term. But he's putting the Rays on the map a little bit, for sure. Gary Sanchez, 63, the catcher for the Yankees. I don't like that. I think he should be 80s or 90s. Yordan Alvarez, Rookie of the Year. 62.
Astros shouldn't even be on the list.
Astros should not be on the list. Speaking of Astros, Zach Greinke made 59. Aroldis Chapman, that was an interesting one, seeing him at 58, because the league has always just been biased towards him just because of the high speed, closer for the Yankees. That was interesting.
Right.
DJ LeMahieu was 57, right in front of Chapman. I feel like he could have been higher on that list. He plays a lot of second base, first base, but he's even listed as a utility man on this list. Provides a lot, both sides of the ball. Charlie Morton, 53.
All right.
That's got to be higher.
I have a problem with that.
Got to be higher.
I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing with Jinru. Did I say that right this time?
Let's just call him HJR.
HJR. It's the where Charlie Morton was in the running for a Cy Young, correct?
He came in third.
He came in third. How do you come in third for the Cy Young Award and finish 53rd? I guarantee there's more than 2 American League pitchers that are higher than him on the list.
For sure. And, I mean, right in front of him at 52 is Aaron Nola, the pitcher for the Phillies. Solid pitcher, but I don't think he was in the Cy Young, voting last year. So I think in the NL you had DeGrom, Scherzer, and Ryu. Yeah.
No, HJR.
HJR.
Remember.
My bad.
Yeah.
And, I mean, looking at the stats here, entering 2017, he had a career record of 46 and 71 with a 4.54 ERA. So he was never great. Always kind of an average guy that could maybe give you some solid innings, but it was, 18 and 19, specifically last year, where he started to really break out, even though he's kind of on the back half of his career. I mean, like I said, with Meadows, he was the most valuable player on a team that made the playoffs. Morton was the guy that held the pitching staff together.
Literally. He was the only one that could stay healthy the entire season.
And he's not a guy that's got electric stuff. I mean, he's got a plus fastball and mostly relies on his breaking stuff. So he's not one of those guys that you're going to see all over MLB's Instagram page.
Right.
We definitely think that he should have been higher on that list. Manny Machado at 50, that was interesting since he had a kind of a down season last year after getting, the big bucks.
Yeah.
Correa, get him off the list, cheater. Clayton Kershaw, 48. Chris Sale, 43. Ahead of Charlie Morton. Chris Sale had a terrible season last year. Was ranked 9 going into the season last year. Fernando Tatis Jr., like that. There's another one, Shane Bieber, Indians. Definitely not better than Charlie Morton. Mike Clevenger, not better than Charlie Morton. Springer, cheater, get him off. Josh Hader. Josh Hader's the best relief pitcher in the league, in my opinion. Although Nick Anderson's going to take that spot this year.
Oh my gosh. I love Nick Anderson.
But
Nick Anderson's fun.
I mean, I think the top relief pitcher in the league should get more love. I don't think he should be 36.
Yeah, I mean they do play most every game. I mean, not a lot, but
I mean, like, if you think about the Brewers in a wild card race that was as close as the National League's race last year, I mean, if you replace Hader with any other guy in the league,
it's
you're
not
talking
that close.
You're talking about 2 or 3 wins because Hader just has the ability to come into a game and just take over, right? I don't know. I think he should. I could see him in the 20s maybe. Shohei Ohtani, number 34. Swolhei Ohtani. People have been calling him that after that recent picture of him.
He looks huge.
He does. He looks scary. And he's supposed to be returning to the mound this year.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He has, and actually, I saw a thing. He has the 6th fastest home to first time in the league. Dude's just an animal.
What the heck?
He's an animal.
Little do they know, Yoshitomo Suzugo is about to just destroy everything Otani's been working for.
Oh, yeah. Gleyber Torres, number 32 for the Yankees. Rays fans and Yankees fans, it was funny last year. There was always the rivalry between Brandon Lau and Gleyber Torres. Not like they had a rivalry, but our fans had a rivalry. Because, I mean, both of them rookies, both of them division rivals. And then there was the All-Star voting where, Brandon Lau got the vote and then was injured, and Torres got in, and then they ended up just letting Lau in anyway. So that was interesting. So, I mean, it just, you just kind of cringe a little bit when you see Gleyber Torres' name. Jose Altuve, 29.
Wow.
That's interesting.
That's pretty high for a cheater.
It is pretty high, but I thought he would be even higher. Because, I mean, before the cheating scandal, the league just loves Altuve.
Right.
So that's interesting. I mean, it says he was ranked 10 last year. And then, I mean, even still had a pretty great season.
Yeah, we'll see how that
exactly. I think the only reason he dropped 19 spots was probably because of the cheating scandal. Xander Bogaerts, Rafael Devers coming 28-27, left side of the Red Sox infield. That's really the only thing they have looking forward for them this year. Blake Snell, the highest rated Ray, 26.
I do not agree with that at all.
You think he should be higher?
I feel like he should be lower.
Lower?
I feel like out of the 3 Rays pitchers that made this list, Blake Snell was the worst this year.
Probably, because he did have the injuries, and when he was healthy, he wasn't better than the Glass now.
No, and he wasn't better than Morton either.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I feel like both of them should have been higher than Snell.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only reason you see him up here was the Cy Young recency bias.
Probably.
I mean, his Cy Young year was just absolutely dominant.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
You can't argue with that.
Bryce Harper, 25.
No.
I'm not digging that.
No.
I'm not digging that. He's still overrated, in my opinion. Still way too overrated. JT Realmuto, catcher for the Phillies. I think he's the highest rated Philly on this list. That's interesting. Ahead of Harper. Pete Alonso.
Yes.
Pete Alonso. I'm a Pete Alonso guy.
Look, anybody from St. Pete, the St. Pete area, I like him.
I think he's a Tampa guy. I think he went to Plant High School. No, he went to Steinbrenner? No.
Peter Morgan Alonso. Wow, he should have kept his middle name secret. Plant High School.
Yeah.
In the University of Florida.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Solid dude.
He's from the area.
Yeah, he's from the area.
Represent. You gotta represent.
53 home runs last year. Broke Aaron Judge's rookie home run record.
Nice.
Awesome season. I think he won the home run derby last year, too. Matt Chapman, number 18. I still think Chapman is the most underrated player in the league, to be honest, behind Ji-Man Choi.
Yeah, speaking of, Ji-Man Choi is not on this list.
He's not on the list.
What you want to talk about a crime? That's a crime right there.
They're lucky Connor's not here right now. Aaron Judge, 15. Justin Verlander, 14. Anthony Rendon, 13. Alex Bregman, 12. I would flip Rendon and Bregman for sure.
I'd get Bregman out of here.
Get Bregman out of here. Give me Rendon every day of the week over Bregman. Juan Soto, 11. I like this. This was a risk. This was a risk by MLB, putting him at 11, and I think everyone loves it. Obviously, the breakout season, not quite MVP numbers, not yet, but also had the big postseason. So I love that he's at 11. Top 10, Francisco Lindor, Arenado at 9, my boy Ronald Acuna at 8, my MVP pick this year. I think he's perfect right there at 8.
You think he's going to beat Juan Soto?
I do. I think it's going to be a race between him and Juan Soto. But if you watched our MLB prediction video, you know that I have the Braves winning the East. So
Okay, all right.
So I think that's why I would give it to Acuna.
Okay.
Scherzer at 7, Bellinger at 6. Personally, when I opened this up, I thought Bellinger was going to be 2. He's at 6. That was interesting for me. MVP season, 106 wins, Dodgers. Mookie Betts comes in front of him. I personally would have Bellinger in front of Betts. Both of them A-plus outfielders. A-plus out
play
the
for the
plate.
Dodgers.
Both play for the Dodgers. At least Betts is out of the East. Yelich. I'm a Yelich guy. Like I said, I thought Bellinger was going to be 2, but I still like that Yelich is in front of Bellinger because I'm a Yelich guy.
So you would put Yelich at 1 then?
No. In my unbiased opinion, I would put Bellinger at 2. Biased opinion, I like Yelich more than Bellinger.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
That brings us to top 3. What do you think the top 3 is?
Well, here's the thing. I just saw number 3 when you scrolled by it, but I can't remember who it was.
I think I only revealed half of it.
Ah, crap.
Okay, who do you think number 1 is?
Number 1 is Willie Adames. It has to be. I don't know
It
who
has
else
to
would be
be.
number 1. Gerrit Cole's got to be number 1. Number 2, you know, that guy. I don't know. I got nothing.
All right, number 3 is Jacob deGrom.
Dang it, that's who it was.
Did you just see my list?
I saw it, but I didn't read it.
So DeGrom got 3, 2 Cy Young awards in a row. Obviously the best pitcher in baseball, but ESPN put another pitcher in front of him.
All right, number 2 is Gerrit Cole.
Gerrit Cole.
Okay,
so
that leaves number 1 still. I'm still wrong.
So who do you think number 1 is?
We set Verlander?
Yes, we have said Verlander. You're missing someone huge right now.
Oh, Mike Trout.
Yeah, Mike Trout.
I'm like, who are we missing?
Here's the thing about the league. It's like
Mike Trout stays at number 1. Mike
Exactly.
Trout does not leave that
here's
spot.
DeGrom, here's Cole, and way up there is Trout. I mean, the dude is just ridiculous. 45 home runs last year. I mean, we've always known Trout as a power guy, 5-tool guy, but I've never really thought of him as a 45 home run guy. That's just ridiculous. Personally, I would have had Jake DeGrom at 3 and Cole at... Oh, no, I would have DeGrom at 2, Cole at 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, is that biased or unbiased?
That's unbiased. I mean, DeGrom has posted better numbers than Cole. I think Cole gets the recency bias with the postseason and the second half he had with the Astros. This year for Gerrit Cole, I think this is a make or break season for Gerrit Cole because he's kind of...
Is he really worth the money?
Is he? In my opinion, he may be.
Considering
Considering the injuries the Yankees are dealing with,
he's gonna have to step up.
he's gonna have to. And if he does, I think he's worth the money. But the thing is I mean, every year he has progressed, and now he's finally in that conversation of, is he the best pitcher in the major leagues? And I think this is the year where he proves that. Let's just look at how many pitchers are in front of Charlie Morton. All right.
Cole, American League or just overall?
Overall.
Okay.
Cole, DeGrom, Scherzer, Verlander, Strasburg, Walker Buehler, Jack Flaherty. Oh, Snell.
Like Snell. Oh yeah, well, there you go.
8. Patrick Corbin. I do not agree with him being better than Morton. Josh Hader, Mike Clevenger, Shane Bieber, Mike Soroka, Chris Sale, Kershaw, Syndergaard, Aaron Nola.
17 pitchers?
Better than better than a top 3 Cy Young candidate.
Come on. No, wrong. This list is terrible.
Yeah, it is.
All right,
I have talked myself out of thinking that this is a good list.
No. All right, hold on. So let's vote. Okay, well, you just gave your vote. You don't think this is a good list
I don't
anymore.
think it's a good list.
Just from what you told me at the beginning, I didn't think this was a good list. So that is two bad votes. This is not a good list. This is a terrible list.
Yeah.
Pitiful. It's wrong. There's recency. They're biased. It's a biased list.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the story of this list.
Not one Baltimore Oriole on this list. What are we gonna do about that?
Nothing. That's fine.
Our guys from Baltimore. Nobody on the list. Nobody from Detroit.
There's a reason for this. Because the Dodgers themselves are going to have
nobody
more wins than both of those.
Nobody from Miami. Nobody from San Francisco. I don't think. Man,
it's a biased list.
It is.
So yeah, there you go. You have your Your what was it ESPN? ESPN's top 100. ESPN's biased top 100 MLB players list.
Here's the thing. Let us know if you want an elevated sports top 100 MLB players list. Because we'll do that. There'll be a lot of Rays on the list. Well,
but that's not biased.
No, it's not biased. It's not at all. Let us know what you think about this list. Do you agree with it? Are you like the majority? Where you don't agree with it? Let us know. Comment on this video. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Check us out on social media.
In the description below.
In the description below. You can do that now. We have caught up with the times. It's 2020 where stuff is in the description. So go down there now. Check us out. We'll see you next time.